What? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I had to look this term up. I've been called that today, and I don't know. I'm sure they've used it before, and I never paid attention. There's a new one. Thanks to Nick Fuentes, I guess. I mean, it's our meme. Well, we took the Pepe the Frog and made him fat. Groypers with a Groyper army, basically the noticers, are a far-right group loosely defined as followers, fans, or associates of the American white nationalist, political commentator, activist, and live streamer Nick Fuentes. They are named after a variant of Pepe the Frog, an internet meme. Groypers have attempted to introduce their politics into mainstream conservatism in the United States by various means and participated in the January 6th Capitol attack and the protests leading to it. Wow. They have targeted other conservative groups and individuals whose agendas they view as contrary to the concept of America First. The Groyper movement has been described as homophobic, racist, nativist, fascist, sexist, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, in an attempt to rebrand the alt-right movement. Clearly, we need to unite with the Muslims. And why does the mainstream care about Islamophobia when they're promoting it? In an attempt to rebrand the alt-right movement. It has also been called accelerationist. Any ideology call for the use process of capitalism, technical change in order to create radicals. Okay. It was later dubbed the Groyper War, began in the fall of 2019 when Fuentes launched a social media campaign targeting Turning Point USA's Culture War college tour, led by Charlie Kirk. Enraged by the firing of Fuentes' ally, as well as other political conflicts, Groypers disrupted college events by asking provocative questions about immigration, Israel, and LGBTQ rights. Whatever the hell. LGBT rights. In an attempt to challenge mainstream conservative figures like Donald Trump, like Kirk, Donald Trump Jr., and Ben Shapiro, who they labeled conservative Inc. The war gained traction after a November 2019 UCLA event where Trump Jr. was cut short by Groyper heckling. Fuentes expanded the movement with the Groyper Leadership Summit in 2019 and the formation of America First students in 2020 of January. Or January of 2020, that's why. And in February 2021, the Groyper movement splintered between Fuentes, Patrick Casey, over fears of infiltration of federal informants and doxing of 21, America First Political Action Conference held by Fuentes. Jaden McNeil of America First Students, joining in support of Fuentes' conference, accused Casey of disloyalty to Fuentes. In 2014, Fuentes initiated Groyper War II, a digital war campaign pressing Donald Trump's presidential campaign to adopt his stances, mainly by using memes as a form of trolling or edgelording. I've never heard that before. Fuentes' followers began to be known as Groypers in 2019. They also sometimes called Knickers. Oh my God, Knickers. Yo, that's crazy. Why? Anyway, good thing we're not on the radio. Fuck. And I read that too. I mean, like, it just, like, I didn't even think of that. I didn't think of that. He said, Jews be doing. Oh my God. Oh. Groypers are named after a cartoon amphibian, Groyper, a variant of the internet meme Pepe the Frog, who sued Alex Jones. Groyper is depicted as a rotund, green, frog-like creature, often sitting with its chin resting on interlocked fingers. There is some disagreement about the details. Groyper is variously said to be a depiction of Pepe, a different character from Pepe, but the same species or a toad. Groyper meme was used as early as 2015 and became popular in 2017. In 2018, a group of computer scientists studying hateful speech on Twitter. On Twitter, of course, observed the Groyper image being used frequently in account avatars among accounts identified as hateful in their data set. The research, again, at this time, pornography was legal on Twitter. I could scroll and see I could scroll and see a tranny penis on Twitter. It wasn't offensive. I don't know if that stuff's still allowed now. I haven't had Twitter since. You'll never see where I'm posting on Twitter because if I still have one account left, I may have posted 5 things. I deleted the account because why? They allowed transgender porn on Twitter, like the Reddit and the subreddits were doing. But I don't know. I just remember seeing some shit I shouldn't have seen on Twitter. I don't have to show y'all. And it just need, anti-Semitism on Twitter. I don't understand the things I said on Twitter. Hey, oh. Well, now, thanks to that song, we're actually having this conversation. But that's crazy. Yo! The researchers observed that the profiles tended to be anonymous and collectively tweeted primarily about politics, race, and religion. They also found that the users were not lone wolves. Man, it could be identified as a community with a high network central, oh my God, like a big central area. Same year, Right Wing Watch reported that Massachusetts Congressional, this was before the Yahtzees come out in Little Rock and everywhere else. We're going to get into that. Sorry, but the Jesus push us here. And it's the perfect time to re-educate people because there's going to be fake Nazis and there's going to be people that just bring like the right wing party. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly Ashkenazi, that's Jewish. The Nazi word is a Jewish word. So, he's not saying, we're trolling him, but like, come on. You gotta understand what they really were. They were anti-evil, and they just didn't want this taken over. They didn't want the usury. And so, when you have people like, no, we said they just wanted us to leave. They let us go. They let us keep our money. The Balfour Declaration. And then you got the survivor saying there's no victim status. I'm a survivor of the H. Then we can move on and actually see what's going on behind closed doors. Why they get to do satanic stuff and not me. Shit. Groypers are very active. Oh no, we gotta go back. I created a campaign pin featuring a variation of the Groyper image, which RWW described as an attempt to appeal to far-right activists on 4chan, Gab, Twitter, who adopted the meme. Social media engagement. Groypers are very active online, particularly on X, and have engaged in targeted harassment. Financial Times has reported that many Groypers use deceptively, biographies or whatever. Biographies, sorry. Deceptive and, man, you gotta use the big words, man. I'm from the backwoods, man. Sorry, my brain's just not working today. I'm trying to cook a Jew here at the same time. Who's lying about to tell me, so, bear with me. You don't care, but, the Jews rape kids every day. It's like stuff like that. I hate that. Well, I'm turning that live off because there's just a bunch of propaganda. She doesn't really want to have this conversation. Groypers are very active online, particularly on X, and engaged in targeted harassment. Reported that many Groypers describe themselves in terms of the extremism like Christian conservative. Yeah, bullshit. Here we go. In April 2020, the Daily Dot reported that Fuentes and other Groypers began to move to TikTok where they stream live and use a duet feature to respond to Trump supporters. Groypers particularly targeted one left-wing teenage girl for harassment, first on TikTok and then on other. Stop playing with me, bro. You're not supposed to be a teenager and have a live stream. 18 and older to host a live. And I thought to be in the box. I mean, if you're below 18, you can be in the goddamn fucking bullshit in the bottom. And listen, you can't be in the box. We drop people. Stop playing with me. That's crazy, but that's what they're calling it now. We're just noticing that in my country we got problem. And the problem is transport. Oh, come on, folks. What do you want me to say? It's the... This is crazy. They're already starting their slander. They got the Wikipedia up and everything. They banned their accounts. Oh God, look at this. A part series on anti-Semitism. Unit. Hello. Groypers present themselves as defenders of Christian conservatism, traditional values, and American nationalism. They ideally diverge from sharply former mainstream American conservatives, including the Republican Party. No, 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 no. Hell no. Definitely not the Republican Party. They're wearing the hats. Oh, I don't know where that little plate went. I'm going to wear it on my head like a young troll. But look, they all diverge sharply from mainstream conservatives, including, okay, it diverges. I read that wrong. Rather than conserving inherited institutions or practicing prejudice in equitable reform, Groypers advance a radicalized politics that appeal to xenophobia. What the fuck? Really? The fear of dislike of anything perceived as being foreign or strange? Pedophilia, yeah. Foreign, strange, dislike of that specifically. They're going to dislike, I don't know, by the members of other groups. So here we go, normalizing it. The last video, they're legalizing it in Israel. They do it over here normally. They're going missing because of the Jays. But anyway, we'll just go ahead and say it. Well, look at that. A lot of my shit got deleted. Look, they criticize mainstream conservative organizations as an insignificantly nationalist, pro-white, and oh my God, here we go again. History repeating itself. Employ tactics of extremism, radicalization, such as gradually introducing their targets, increasing extreme ideas. Oh my God! Who wrote this? Hold on, we'll come back. Who the hell wrote this article? It doesn't say. Oh my God! That's crazy. Fuentes said we are the right-wing flank of the Republican Party. Early on, before he realized they were cooked, and then he got bought out after that. Or something happened to Mick Fuentes. He has summarized his political ambitions by saying we've got to be on the right, dragging Republicans kicking and screaming into the future. A truly reactionary party. Get the fuck out of here. That was 2022, yeah. Yeah, okay. You have created a white uprising to bring Donald Trump back into power, and then believe now he's. Come on, no, this must be an old ass shit. But that's what they're calling it now. Oh, now they're trying to say 30 to 40% of Republican staffers are groypers. No, they're not. White nationalism and anti-Semitism and social stances. Groypers are widely recognized as white nationalist, anti-Semitic, homophobic movement. Level up. According to Catherine D. for Groypers, fealty. What the fuck? The Fuentes is more important than the ideology. New words they're coming up with, guys. As Groypers are fairly loose group lacking clear bullshit. We're everywhere. Lacking clear ideological boundaries. We don't need to have. If your religion is a satanic pedophilic religion, then we don't need to have that here in America around our kids. We don't need to normalize that into society because it's not compatible. You got cops everywhere going, we don't do nothing to pedophiles no more because, well, some of them are judged. If you come to knock on my door, like that one guy, we're here to talk about your comments about the Jews online. If you're offended by what I'm saying, but you're not going to talk about the fact that, you're being accused right now of it being the entire religion. Maybe he made y'all wear the star because it was a Star of Rentham. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Here we go. The anti-Semitic. I think Nick Fuentes is among the best examples of politics that fandom exists, he said. That's a fandom. Fuentes said that he's been oppressed by the Jews and blamed the Jewish community for anti-Semitism, claiming that matters tend to go from 0 to 60, and that the reason is them. He has said that matters would get a lot uglier for their community if they do not begin to support people like us, according to the Anti-Defamation League. Groypers blame the mainstream conservative movement as well as the political. Oh, it's evil. Oh, I can just feel it. Oh my God. Demons. They're fucking demons. Bible says they're wrong. They're evil ass fucking shit. Reject him. They kill the Savior. Matthew 25. And they reject them in return. So now they fucking mad. Gotta kill the Gentiles because we inherit their fruits. Because they didn't have it. They rotted quickly. They still worship Moloch. Oh, yeah. That's the symbol of Moloch, and they have it on their flag. Churches put it up. I don't know why. It's the Moloch symbol. You can read that shit in Acts. Read it in Amos. All throughout Bible. Oh, my God. Moloch. Yeah, it was Moloch. Sacrificing babies. Jesus said we don't do that. You said, I don't listen, yeah, we got the money, we're gonna buy you out. And now they say, he's not a god, is he? Is what the rabbi said. He's not a god. Before we get into this anti-Semitism, he's not a god, is he? If we killed him, like they said, roll the clip. I gotta roll the clip, or you can just do your own research. You know, you're still gonna buck me if you don't find it on your own. Like I had to find it on my own. I didn't care. People were showing me, like, oh, it's not their religion. It's the non-practicing. It's quite opposite. It's quite the opposite, folks. It's the practicing. Okay, so let's see. Destroying white America. Juice went down on my beard. Anyway, that's crazy, man. Oppose immigration and globalism. Groypers support traditional values, Christianity, oppose feminism and LGBTQ rights. Groypers question, often focus on the United States-Israel relations, immigration policies, affirmative action. Conservatives, they regularly use anti-Semitic dog whistles. What? Yo, we do that. Yeah, we do that. Hang on, now that I think about it, we do dog whistles all the time. It's antiseptic, but you guys do it too. We can talk about it without provoking. No, but at this point, we're trying to provoke the opposition, and they ran and hid. Once they got ran out of their tunnels, they went to all the other manholes. Literally, manholes is just anywhere. It's where Jews pop up out of. Like the Ninja Turtles. They can go. All those tunnels were Jews, and that's literally like you walk on the road. The Jew walks beneath the road on where the road was after their mud flood. The Jews took over and did this country when Chris Columbus sailed the ocean blue after being kicked out in 1492 or whatever, 1462, whatever. Sorry. Every time I talk about the Jews, I itch. I'm not on drugs, but there's something about it. I just can't stand it. You know what I mean? I don't even want to talk about it. It's disgusting. Once you read their book and their religion and see how many Jews you can go ask about it, will deflect, lie. Oh, that's not this, it's that. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not Jewish. And then finally they go, all right, yeah, so what the fuck are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our life. Like, yeah. The U.S. Liberty incident, in reference to dancing Israeli conspiracy theory. Alleged Israeli involvement in the 11 attacks. Tied the Groypers to the assassination. September 2019, Ashley St. Clair, brand ambassador for the conservative student group Turning Point USA, was photographed at an event featuring symbolic white national. Baked Alaska. That's crazy. And it goes on even further. I just thought I would, I never heard this. Like groyper war origins. Wow. I don't know. Just thought that was it. I don't really want to do the whole fucking thing. Even targeting Ben Shapiro, which now he's cooked. It seems to have some effect because Ben Shapiro's back debating black people again about why he thinks he's not white. Well, some of us say we're white, some of us don't. We don't really like just to identify as white, even though we got all the even though we got all the characteristics of being white. But we don't like that. You know, identify as white. What else would you identify as? Black lady cooking his ass. Huh? You brown cut? Like, stop playing with me. Do we like to identify mainly but not like Jewish? Good old mom. And you guys just anti-Semitism. Hey Ben, did Obama lose his black card by being Jewish? By converting to Jewish? You got Arabic Jews, Ethiopian Jews, which they deny, that are brown or black. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, well, hold on a second. I didn't know that. Oh, shit. I'm gonna go get... That's how it works. And you guys don't understand Judaism because you're not Jew and you just don't understand it. Well, I understand enough that a Jew told me the other day, his explanation was like, not knowing I was native, because my TikTok, the one I have left because I'm in, is Earth is flat, bro. I don't have my other TikToks. I try to play it safe, but in the comments I can say a lot more than I can say like through the microphone, in the box, or in my own life. And he said, it's like being indigenous. And I guess I just do it in the Ben voice. It's like I'm being indigenous, and I'm not losing it now. It's like being indigenous, and and you're not practicing the native. You're not at the powwows, the ceremonies. Maybe you're Christian, and yeah, let's say you're Christian. You go to a church every Sunday. You don't know nothing about it. You're not indigenous. You're Christian. And that's what I would say. That is probably you identify as Christian. So therefore you would that was the but just imagine Ben Shapiro saying that on these debates now. He's back debating again in order to stay relevant. He's losing money. Oh my god. I miss that chai. Yo. That's crazy. Yeah, that were Jews. Hold on. Hang on. A film. A good laptop. About a crime on a Discord server and discussing a plan to sell a laptop to Russians. Oh my god, to Russians. To Russians. And then, of course, the high school, it's a burg, the town. Harrisburg, Mechanicsburg Area Senior High School. Mechanicsburg. Is that like the Jewish mechanics? There's always Berg or something in the name. The town. Berg, Baumstein. Let's continue. And it's a she. Affiliated with a, oh, of course. Neo-Nazi. Child exploitation. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now we got to cook this. Yeah, see, friends. But, really? Because I thought it was the Jews using AI to produce child pornography. Now that they don't need to kidnap kids anymore. They're just killing them off now. But they're making money off of it. But no, they're not killing them off. They're putting them on the ground. I'm sorry. But they're killing a lot of them off up here where if they can't get them. Yeah, allegedly, right? I don't know. See, they could be getting them with AI. Either way, I don't know that for sure. Hatred of Jews and Muslims. See, if it's both Jews and Muslims, it's probably a Jew like this guy in Dearborn, Michigan. He come on Stu Peters goes, yeah, I'm a Christian that's like a Jew. Like, like it's not a race. You're either a Christian or a Jew. Thanks to Ben Shapiro, we've settled that now. Uh, he's white. He's got all the white character. But anyway, and he's raised Jewish, but now he claims to be Christian. Yeah, the Talmud's bad, but Muslims are way worse. He's not in the Jewish neighborhood telling them your satanic Talmud shit's got to go and burning the books. He's burning Qurans. But he said, oh, it's bad. And he might have lit up one Talmud there. But no, Stu Peters wasn't buying it. This is that post-October 7th, not in my name. Oh, we got to straighten up or they're going to get all of us again. It's just these people, remember? They're the fall guys. It's their religion. Now, those of you that reject the religion, that don't associate with these people, you don't act like that. You don't think of me as animals. You know what I mean? I mean, it's whatever. I support that, right? I support Brother Nathaniel's conversion to Catholicism. It's something. Like, let's see. Hold on. Watch. Let's see if it's the first thing that comes up now. That's the last thing I said. Like, play it again. Come on.
Good morning. Welcome to Close with a Laugh this morning. Here we'll have my pre. This absolute moron now has directed the FBI to compile a list of Americans that may be considered extremists. Super broad definition. Government loves that stuff, so they can fit as many people there as possible. And yeah.
So that's you.
Same FBI that didn't want to release the Epstein files because it would be damaging to certain people. Those certain people being criminals who fucked kids. But yeah, extremists. Right? That's what we got to worry about here. Round of applause for fucking Cash App and Bondi. They are a dynamic fucking duo. Good morning. Welcome to Club World. A little bit of a laugh this morning here while I have my pre-breakfast.
No, but that was even better.
This
that was even better. This is what
absolute moron. Now.
Oh my God! Yo! He's like. Watch it 4 times. That's oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Sorry. If you're offended, get in the chat and we'll go 1-1 and I will show you that you guys act like that. I'm just mimicking the average Jew when he's comfortable and at home, guys. It's not like it's just were amplified. Like, oh my God, like, no, you guys, you get over there in that place and you go, oh, we put the accent on, and then you come over here and it's like, oh, they all got Boston or they all got Jersey and New York accents, like Bronx, Jersey, Bronx. Oh my God. It's literally for the radio listeners. I'm sorry. It is. You've seen the clip from this is one of the best shows ever that the Jews ever made. Regular show. That shit was the shit, my dude. And the speaker, they don't know. He's on the top of the truck with a speaker while they're in the hotel.
Ladies, this is Brad, real FBI agent.
Really?
Really? No.
It's quite impressive. That's classified.
Must be really tough keeping all those secrets.
It's a skill like anything else. Carpenters are good at building stuff, measuring. FBI is good at keeping secrets and kicking criminal ass.
Wow. Well, somebody's got to do it. Oh, do you have to carry your gun and badge with you everywhere you go?
Affirmative.
Can we see it?
See what?
Your badge.
Please.
Oh, sorry, that's...
Classified. Figures. Of course.
Tell me, Brad, does it look anything like this? Or this? Or maybe this? Ladies, this is Brad, a real FBI agent.
Really?
Really? No way.
That's exciting. What's it like at Quantico?
It's quite impressive.
What department are you in?
That's classified.
Must be really tough keeping all those secrets.
It's a skill like anything else.
We're actually FBI.
Carpenters are good at building stuff, measuring. FBI is good at keeping secrets and kicking criminal ass.
Wow. Well, somebody's got to do it. Oh, do you have to carry your gun and badge with you everywhere you go?
Affirmative.
Can we see it?
See what?
Your badge.
Please.
Oh, sorry, that's...
Classified. Figures. Of course.
Tell me, Brad,
What's wrong with that?
does it look anything like this? Or this? Or maybe this? Ladies?
The Knights Templar are a secret society created by the Catholic Church and preserved by the Freemasons. The Knights Templar claim to be the guardians of the Holy Grail. In Old French, sang real also translates to royal blood. All 9 of the original members of the Knights Templar were members of the Rex Deus bloodline. The Rex Deus bloodline blasphemously claims to be the European descendants of Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ himself. The Rex Deus control large parts of the world today, and because of their supposed ancestry, they believe they have the divine right to rule. Hugh de Payne, one of the most infamous founders of the Knights Templar, married Catherine St. Clair. After the Knights Templar were suppressed for worship...
So Bishop, you fuck. Who the fuck do you think you are telling us if we can't afford to live in the city where that we should just fucking leave? Why don't you fucking leave Palestine, bitch? And who the fuck are you to say that we shouldn't be able to retire at 65? Are you fucking kidding me? We paid into Social Security our whole life. No, you want to steal that fucking money from Israel and make us slaves. You want us to die working and do a 50-year fucking mortgage so you bitches can fucking bomb Iran. Go fuck yourself, Ben Shapiro. Go fuck yourself. Free Palestine. So Ben Shapiro, you fuck.
It is always, always, always a federal offense. And anytime that you have a deprivation of rights under federal law crime that occurs in conjunction with kidnapping as prescribed by law, is death, Supreme Court. So read about it. Look. So we have a very serious offense. It's very simple to show. Very simple. The Constitution says you had to do it. You didn't do it. And why didn't you do it? Because you believe that a state has the power to abridge and violate the United States of America. You believe that states have the authority to be able to break down and destroy the one thing the people of the United States believe in. And I'm telling you right now, public officials, don't go that direction with us. Don't go that way, because I got 330 million people standing behind me. You got less than 1 million standing behind you. Who's going to win this fucking battle? Sorry.
Very soon.
Family.
What just happened?
True, shown. There's a right to have an intimate familial relationship with mother. If God doesn't want you to be a mother or father, God can take care of that. It's not a creation of the state. So the same thing exists here, although it's not enumerated. It's not written. It was incorporated. Supreme Court of the United States, 1984, incorporated it in through a judicial ruling. We don't read the ruling. 1984, Roberts v. United States. It's written on those affidavits right there. That's the case that you guys. That case, the United States Supreme Court said you have the right to have an intimate familial relationship with your child without governmental interference. So when an agent of the state, in this case CPS, when CPS chooses to rely upon that inferior state statute that is in violation of the Constitution of the United States of America, when they choose to rely upon that inferior state statute that permits them to go out and interfere with your familial unit, your relationship with your child, that prosecutor, that CPS, whoever that law enforcement, whoever that might be, they have a duty and responsibility to make sure the power they exercise is consistent with their authority. If they choose to exercise their power based upon the inferior state statute that deprives you of your right, already incorporated by the Constitution of the United States of America, they just committed a crime of deprivation of rights under code of law. Same way as the indictment. It is all.
What do you mean Hitler is very fucking cool? Because I think he's very fucking a monster.
And that's a clip. I think he's very fucking a monster. Do you hear yourself?
Yeah,
I mean,
do.
can we all grow up?
I do.
Can we all grow up?
Murdered
That
12
is just
million
childish.
people. He murdered 12 million
Okay.
people. What is very fucking cool about that?
The edits, it's just cool. The uniforms, the parades, it's
How about
cool.
the 271,000 confirmed that wasn't even confirmed by the Red Cross, or the ones that deny it that were survivors? It'll come out soon.
As a guy, you look at World War II, and it's fascinating, and it's interesting, and it's compelling, and it's cool. And, you know, we're just tired of saying these kinds of things. We want to talk like real people and give our honest opinions. And then we literally get an old Jewish guy from England who's going to say, "Oh, that's not very funny, mate. Me mom." And it's like, shut up.
Are you joking, or do you actually think he was very fucking cool? The most
He was
genocidal
cool.
monster of the last 150 years?
Yeah, the thing is, my generation, we're just done with the pearl clutching. You know,
Yeah, you might be,
make
but then your
edu-
generation hasn't gone through what Danny Finkelstein's family went through. So
Yeah.
maybe the pearl clutching has a way to go for families whose family members
Oh my
were
gosh!
murdered.
Yeah, we got all that. We, you know, me mom. Like we're, you know, I don't even know who this person is. Why is this person talking to me? This old British guy is saying me mom got killed by Hitler, and
Because he
me
doesn't
dad
find
got
it
killed
funny
by.
when you say Hitler's very fucking
I don't
cool.
care.
He finds
I don't
I know you
care.
don't care. What do you mean by Hitler is very fucking cool? Because I think he's very...
Fuck the right and the left. It's not about the left. It's about, are you with civilization? Are you with Jesus? Are you with America? Those are the questions that matter. Israel's against all of them. Fuck the right and the left. It's not about right and left. It's about, are you with our civilization? Are you with Jesus? Are you with America? Those questions that matter. Israel's against all of them. Israel's against
They do this. This they can't stop. They can distract you long enough to pretend that they didn't do anything, and then boom.
There's something the elites are trying to keep from you, something that change everything you thought you knew. The book, The Truth of the World, suppressed by many, reveals secrets that your own government doesn't want you to know. Comment, book, and uncover the truth before it's late.
The groypers, that Fuentes group, the alt-right, the QAnoners. Those are names you haven't heard in a while, but
Dan Crenshaw, can you please respect Israel?
the groypers, the Nick Fuentes group, the alt-rights, the QAnoners. Those are names you haven't heard in a while, but
I'm Dan Crenshaw. Can you please respect Israel?
the groypers, the Fuentes group, the alt-right, QAnoners.
Did you know that the Zionists helped the Nazis during the Holocaust?
Nazi Jew.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. So during the Holocaust, the Nazi camps were actually run by Zionists. The reason why they were so lucrative and so well run
plus Jews in the Nazi military
is because they didn't even actually have to waste any of their Nazi.
If you're gonna start doing that shit, you can look up a picture where they put y'all's lamp and they're all gathered out in the snow in uniform, bro. Holy crap. Yo. Still doing Star Ren fan worship. I don't know. If you ask me, it is.
Nazi personnel to run camps. They had Jewish Zionists running it for them. Why do you think this was?
They already
Havara Agreement.
You're starting to get it. Nah, they literally motherfucking, they built the camps. They invented gassing. They invented all these things that the Germans weren't doing. They weren't doing it. A lot of these camps wasn't evidence of, but they were doing to Christians up in Russia. There was evidence of it. The first mobile gas chamber in a car, eventually a van, right, was done by a Russian Jew, a Jewish guy from a Bolshevik, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was gassing Christians. And they were destroying all these old buildings in Ukraine and Russia. And then they come to Europe to do the same thing. And if we didn't agree with them, they would just declare war on us. And they did. Germany, or Judea declares war on Germany. Some say they declared war on Europe.
1933. Hitler had all of the Zionist Jews' assets transferred to the Palestinian banks from the German banks in Europe.
If you listen to his speeches, it was because he gave them the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt. He didn't want it to be. Maybe reason would come to these people, and to find out after burning the Talmud, because he read what's inside there when people were burning Talmuds. I come to this conclusion that it's their religion and way of life. Now that I see them destroying Palestinians.
This almost seems as if it was a deal. Oh wait, it was a deal.
And forget, a lot of Germans are Jews. A lot of German, I'm German. My dad from Germany, live in Israel. So just like we had Jewish people that were in the German military that were just white, they weren't really German, they identified as a Jew, whatever, you know what I mean? It was the same thing. People that were dark, had the black hair, that had the German beard, and the German, I'm German Jew. That was the thing too. You interview a lot of these people, they're from Germany. A lot of them in Israel are from Germany. So, that fucks up the whole thing here.
Allow your own people, and we'll give you what you guys always wanted. And what they always wanted was Palestine. The Nazis and Zionists have always been in bed together. Remember how in school you learned that the Nazis made the Jews wear stars on their shoulders or on their shirts? And it was upsetting for most Jews. They didn't want to do this. But the Zionist lobbied for Jews to wear the star. They actually said, quote unquote, wear it with pride. Yes,
Not only that, but the Zionist lobby actually cut off all safe haven exits in Europe, except where do you think they didn't close off?
You almost got it. Listen to the speeches, brother.
Palestine. That was one of the only safe haven exits that they were letting Jews leave Europe to. They were sending them to Palestine.
Okay, then. Oh. Yeah, he lived in Galilee, dude. There's Galilee. There's the old map. The time of Jesus. Deuteronomy 26:5. So then you shall declare for the Lord your God, my father was a wandering. And he went down into Egypt with a few people and lived there and became a great nation. Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel. They ran from Padan Aram, sister of Lebanon. Jesus. What the fuck is it? Army. Oh no. What the fuck? Aramaic. I don't know. I see. He spoke our dialect. God. This was described to me and a group of priests from the Vatican. They delivered a presentation to the Vatican to prove that Jesus was a Syrian. They were immediately kicked out before they were heard. Many men with special powers and gifts were Syrian. Jesus, Abraham, Gilgamesh, they were gifted from the heavens. They were all Syrians. The sons of summer, everyone at the time were free to speak their language, including Hebrew. Jewish people had their own sovereignty with the Romans. They were not persecuted to speak their language. However, Jesus spoke Assyrian, some Westerners call Aramaic. These are the cradlers of civilization, the descendants of ancient Sumerians, one of the most mysterious, holy, historical, and beautiful civilizations to ever exist. There we go. So that explained it. Jews are descendants from Cain. Okay, I had to know now.
Why do people think there's something wrong with you? I just tell the truth.
Lebanon, located 265 kilometers from Jerusalem, dates back to that. The Canaanites lived here. They sacrificed their children to the satanic energy ball. It's called the Star of Renfam in the Bible. There's no Star of David. Oh, we're having this talk.
And telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. Why do people think there's something wrong with you? I just tell.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, bang.
Extraordinary that you think the Holocaust we could joke about.
Why, too soon?
No!
Is it too soon to make jokes?
How many people do you think died in the Holocaust? How many Jewish people?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe 7 million. What's the number? 6 million, something like that.
So you
8 million?
You concede that 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust?
Possibly more. Possibly, we're discovering all the time. So it could maybe even be more than that.
So why have you doubted the numbers in the past?
I'll tell you why. I really think that every death is a tragedy, however many Jewish people died in the Holocaust. And I'm not a World War II historian, so I'm actually open to believing the official narrative, and I've read some of the conspiracy theories. And to tell you the truth, it's a rigorous debate. But what's interesting about this is in many countries it's not even legal to talk about it. And that's really where my interest in Holocaust begins and sort of ends, to tell you the truth, is that if you wanted to question the number, you would be put in jail in about, 17 or 18 European countries. And I think that's really the more interesting conversation, which is that this is almost like a religious dogma in the West. No other genocide, no other atrocity is treated like this. Could you imagine if in the United States they said the number of Palestinians killed in Gaza is 100,000, and if you don't say that, you're going to jail, you're banned on X, you can't have a job? That part that's totally insane. And a lot of people, they can't even make up their minds. I think it's actually done a disservice. If your goal, and I'm not saying you as Piers Morgan, but if you're an advocate for awareness about this, if your goal is to convince everybody that this is the way the Holocaust happened, I think the last thing you'd want to do is say that everyone that disagrees is in jail and is banned and you're not allowed to say it. So there's really been no open debate about the subject since the scholarship started to be produced about 60 years ago.
There is no debate to be had about the number of people who were murdered. Even the Nazis in the trials after the war confirmed the numbers. The amount of documentation that was recovered, notwithstanding the attempts by the Nazis to destroy it, the amount of documentation that was saved and preserved and used for trials, for historical record, is unprecedented in the history of mass slaughter of human beings. So we have a very clear idea of how many people were gassed to death in the gas chambers. We have a very clear idea of how many were starved to death, were kept in ghettos, and died of disease, of forced labor, of death marches. We know how many Jews were slaughtered. It's at least 6 million. What's interesting to me is that you appear to now concede that, which may be news to a lot of your regular viewers who have constantly heard you quibble with the number of Jews who died in the Holocaust. For the record, just to confirm what I think you told me, you do now accept that at least 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust.
Well, no, I said it could even be higher than that.
Well, it could be higher, that is true.
I think it's at least,
but you
think you're right.
So recently come under fire and said that I am spreading misinformation and anti-Israel propaganda because the United States government is not trying to give the IDF forces military benefits. So here's the actual bill. So here's Bill H.R. 844.
I've interviewed these IDF soldiers on TikTok. They brag about serving over there. I'm from Israel. I'm Israel Shai. and then I come over and serve in your military for 5 to 10 years. It's great. But there's the bill. Since I'm calling all these names.
Down here in the white box, second line down, says Committees, House, Veterans Affairs. Okay, so the VA. Here's the language. The bill provides eligibility to U.S. citizens who are serving in the Israeli Defense Forces to benefits and protections available under the U.S. ERRA and the Service Members Relief
U.S.
Act.
citizens are serving in IDF now. And tell me why.
Means that they would get the same benefits on your taxpayer dime. Now, as a retired United States Marine, this shit makes me sick to my fucking stomach because I still know guys to this day that are fighting with the VA just to get to 60 or 80%, let alone 100 P&T. Guys that are fighting with the VA getting lawyers because they can't get cancer treatment because it's too expensive. Homeless veterans out the fucking wazoo. Veterans that need help because they're strung out on drugs from what they've done. They cannot cope with their life. So we have all these U.S. veterans that are struggling. The U.S. government says they don't have the resources, but they want to allocate hardworking American taxpayer dollars for a foreign nation's military that not for nothing is committing a fucking genocide and crimes against humanity that in my eyes is nothing but a bunch of fucking terrorists. That's disgusting. I don't give a fuck if they're U.S. citizens or not. If they're U.S. citizens and they want benefits and they should have signed up to fight for this fucking country. I recently come under fire and said that I am spreading misinformation and anti-Israel propaganda. Because
this one's in Thailand. Thailand before. Have you? Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
What comes with the island?
There's a small villa here. You could practically build what you want. There's building space. Yeah, there's.
Do the islands come with the children, or the children imported after?
This island does have a small school. There are children.
Okay, so I didn't know if that was a stipulation.
Yeah.
What countries are near to abduct them from?
Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam,
Philippines?
The Philippines.
Of course.
The Filipinos, you know, if they're not being a nurse, they're being your servant. Okay, so.
True.
Yeah. So.
What age ranges?
Below 10, I don't really.
Below 10, I don't really like to do that.
This one's in Thailand.
I've been to Thailand before.
Have you? Beautiful.
What comes with the island?
All those people. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Nick Fuentes. Why am I agreeing with Nick Fuentes? That's because when you watch my show, you have stepped outside of the matrix. Once you realize who owns the New York Post, who makes the censorship guidelines on YouTube, who runs the Hollywood studio, you start to begin to understand Morpheus. You can take the red pill, or you can take the blue pill and say, better ignore Nick Fuentes. He's an Iranian bot, Nazi. I'm going to go back to watching Ben Shapiro.
Imagine watching Ben Shapiro. By the way, all those little insults, you guys are just endorsing him, in my humble opinion. Yeah, and if you weren't sure what group of people he's talking about, I'll give you a little hint. He is. And very happy to see Nick being mainstream now. I've always been a supporter since the second I came across him. I don't know how anyone couldn't be, but I'm well aware that we are surrounded by who want to clutch the pearls. They want to police your speech, steal your money. They want our tax dollars to fund Gaysreal and genocide. But if, God forbid, you make a joke about chimp or the issues, oh my gosh, you're the worst person ever. If you think like that, I hope I never come across you. I hope you block me. And I think that, I know that I don't want to share a country with you. I hate you. And I don't hate you, but it's like, oh my gosh, how do you not see the world and things the way I do, or like Nick does, or the people that agree?
Yeah, how do we not hate you guys if you think of us as animals? The religion.
If you know what I mean, I just don't get how people see the world that way. But hey, again, everyone's retarded.
All those people that say.
My name is Josh Peterson. I'm a former resident returning to USA, and about when I was at training. So the first couple nights went as you would expect.
Alright, give me my shit.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's pretty long and strenuous work. We were being trained very vigorously, and after the first few days, we were told that we were going to have some group time. And the first thing that I thought about that was, that's going to be awesome. We get a group bond and stuff like that. And I get to hang out with my leader. However, this was not the case. We were going to be going out with our former representatives that had shown up from previous years and had been at training in previous years. And they were going to be the ones that were going to show us around the city. So I get paired up with these two specific people who I cannot name currently. But they take us out, and the first thing that I found very odd about, this Christian conservative company is they rented 2 stripper vans to take us out to the city. No strippers, but it was like there were stripper poles inside the vans. Very odd, very unlike, their values, but okay.
Right, the holy chosen Jews, but they could have got any kind of van like that, but the stripper poles were still in there from whatever the Jews do, the higher up Jews. Clearly, I doubt Charlie Kirk was doing that, even though now there's this crap circulating that he had a transgender fling. He had a transgender fling, allegedly. Well, get the fuck out of here.
And then once we got down to the bars in Arizona, they started getting us drunk. The former reps were. And very drunk at that. And then they started singling out people, and they would pull them out one by one to go outside and smoke like a cigarette. Now, when it was finally my turn to go and talk to them, they approached me and they asked me, hey, what are your views on Israel? And I just told them, I think Israel's a good country. At the time, I thought so, at least. And they told me, okay, well, what do you think about, Mossad and, Israeli forces? And I was like, they're all right, yeah. And they were like, what if we told you we're part of, Israeli groups and forces? And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I'm like, and you work for Turning Point, right? And they were like, yeah, we do. We've been working for Turning Point for the past 4 or 5 years now. Now, at the time, I did not know if the company knew of this. I did not know if they were infiltrating the company by any means, but they were Israeli agents within Turning Point USA, and I knew that there were more as well. And there was many more of them in Turning Point. And it was a very concerning thing for me and a couple of the representatives that we noticed.
I wonder why we're going next.
And we did end up bringing it up to our administration at Turning Point that this was going on. And they said they would take care of it. And sure enough, nothing was done about it. There was absolutely zero retaliation towards those representatives that were part of Israel. And there was nothing. And that was very disappointing to see, and honestly a huge red flag for a lot of us. My name is Joshua Peterson. I'm a former representative for Turning Point.
Shit! So hard not.
2006, he was arrested for drink driving and made various anti-Semitic statements to the arresting officer, including telling him that Jews were responsible for all the wars in the world.
And saying the Jews responsible for all the wars.
No,
the Jews are responsible.
Well,
Mel Gibson was based before based was even a word. Mel Gibson was 20 years early to the show.
2006, he was arrested for drink driving and made various anti-Semitic statements to the arresting officer, including telling him that Jews were responsible for all the wars in the world.
And saying the Jews are responsible for all the wars.
No,
the Jews are responsible.
Well, strictly speaking,
Mel Gibson was based before based was even a word. Mel Gibson was 20 years early to the show.
2006, he was arrested for drink driving and made various anti-Semitic statements to the arresting officer, including telling him that Jews were responsible for all the wars in the world.
And saying the Jews are responsible for all the wars.
No,
the Jews are responsible.
Well, strictly speaking,
Mel Gibson was based before based was even a word. Mel Gibson was 20
early.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled in the world he doesn't exist. And it's this idea that there is no evil. There is no such thing as right and wrong. And I think maybe that's the primary problem. Because if you think that, if you go through life thinking that as long as I'm not hurting anybody else, I can smoke weed all day. And I could be kind of a burnout. And I could go and go up with no consequence. And be degenerate. When people are going to feel complete license to do that, whatever the variety of that sin is going to be. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled is
You don't get it, man. It goes back before Epstein, before all of this. The bombing of the USS Liberty
in 1967. No retaliation from the United States. You know, they actually declared war on them in 1933. Owner of McGraw-Hill, Pergamon Press, Robert Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend's father, Robert Maxwell, the owner of Pergamon Press. And, I mean, yeah, let's talk about Peter Thiel. Let's talk about Peter Thiel and Palantir. I mean, it's pretty obvious what they're doing. Do you know what all those people have in common? That's right, buddy. You learned a lot. Go teach your friends.
Yeah, that was cool.
You don't get it. It goes back way even before that. Before Epstein. Yeah, man, it goes back way even before that. Before Epstein, before all of this. The bombing of the USS Liberty in 1967. No retaliation from the United States.
Let's do our part to end anti-Semitism, and here's how we do it. 97.5% of Israel's John that you wrote this. 97.5% of Israel per John Hopkins University DNA study has no Semitic DNA. It's not fair to call them Semites. Oh shit, never mind. I didn't know this was going that way. I thought this was one of the motherfuckers. Israel was gifted to be a Satanist, founded by an atheist, created by an expanding genocide. It's fair to call them fake Jews in the synagogue of Satan, like Jesus did, and like the mustache man did. Whoa! Shit! Yeah, they belong to the pedophile island. Can I say this? Can we say it doesn't? Nope, we have to do it this way. Is there a print screen? Let's see, there's paint. She won't come one-on-one me. Trying to make up these same claims to being. It's DNA. We get to the Middle East with literally a John Hopkins study. I wonder if that guy watches my shit because I pulled that out. I don't know, but yeah, literally everybody's looking into it. The same John. I looked at it and found that up, and then now this guy says something about it. By the way, you know, I don't know. It's anti-indigenous is what I was going to say earlier, and I just got sidetracked. Who cares? Oh, we got an issue. Oh, no. We got an issue. We cut off, and I don't know why. We're going to move up print screen. Let me try again. Antiseptic. Legend. Sorry, brother. I just assumed. That I didn't know what I was reading. That I thought it was just at the beginning when I seen, let's do our part, and here's how we do it. That was gold. You got me. I want to apologize for not paying attention. Because I was looking for it. I'm looking for anybody to, all these pro-Israel people, I spam their comments, their DMs, everything. What the fuck? Oh, we got it. Matt Murphy, huh? Let's see. Oh, shit, Nate. I fucked that up. You know what we do? Just move that over here. I'm going to put that on TikTok, too. Fuck it. Let's go. That is crazy. He brought up the damn John Hopkins study. I wasn't even trying to do that, but this is all they're trying to learn on Instagram right now. I think the Kanye song's become the Instagram national anthem. This is wild. I gotta know more. But yeah, I'm currently debating that from a non-biased standpoint. That would have been someone went around and said, well, what would be the argument against it? And it comes right up back to one race theory, a bunch of things. Or an entire group of Jews that say it's not a race. Yeah, you know, and then you got the white Jews even, but you got the Ethiopian Jews, you got Obama and Oprah and all this shit. She got the money, then she got the power. She bought the whole place and wanted us to fund it real bad. When she got like $100 million on network, yeah? In network tax. I don't know what I said. Whack you. Whack you. Whack you. Can't do it. Makes me sneeze. When we talk about the cranberry apple juice. Oh, damn. Don't concentrate, then. All right.
What you mean? What you mean?
I don't know what I've been making my nerve. You're going to know what they working my nerve. You're going to know what they
It's one struggle. Whites, blacks against. So he might not be like me saying he's my nigga. We're all niggas, okay? You're a nigga. We're America's niggas. We're the world niggas. We're the niggas of the world. You know, Israel wants to kill us all. We're all niggas. Israel us all down. Am I right? That's right. That's right. Israel trying to keep us all. We're all niggas. We're all niggas here. It's okay. White, black, Cuban, or Asian. White, black, brown, or yellow. We are all niggas to them. We are all them. So I don't care if you're white nigga. It is one struggle. If you're with God, if you're with America.
We're all niggas because we're all slaves, and it was the Jews the whole time. Oh my! And they started. Oh my God! Slavery was a Jewish thing. Oh my God!
I'm with you, the American. One struggle. Whites.
Hey man, just about to go to the airport. Going to Indonesia. Hello? Wait, is this?
I like choice. My purse has cash in it, but also cards. In Ireland, my government confirmed this week that access to cash legislation will come into effect this Friday. I'm very pleased because cash is king for very good reasons. Number one. Number two, access. Number three, equal rights for older citizens, refugees, the poor, those who are digitally illiterate. It's called financial inclusion. Alternatively, when people are faced with the breakdown of the ATM and no power, we need to have resilience. And of course, alternatively, when we're faced with tech glitches and we can't pay digitally, then of course we need cash. Also, we need an alternative with money laundering concerns. And
they murdered 1 million people in Auschwitz using gas. Why is there no trace of that gas in the buildings of Auschwitz today? And none of us historians thought of demanding that there should be tests carried out on the fabric of the gas at Auschwitz.
Welcome to Instagram's Never Game. Is it owned by a Jew? Today we're going to find out how good you are at identifying whether your politicians are bought out by Israel. We're going to start off easy and we're going to get hard. Strap in, folks. First up, we have Kamala Harris, former Vice President of the United States. Is she owned by them? Lock in your answers now. Kamala Harris is owned by Jews, receiving a grand total of $403,300 from pro-Israel lobbies. Kamala Harris, the coconut queen herself,
You think you just fell out of a coconut?
and former U.S. presidential candidate, is undoubtedly owned by them. Next, we have the best-selling author, Yale Law graduate, and current vice president, the big baby himself, J.D. Vance. Is he owned by them? Locking your answers. J.D. Vance, currently owned by Jews. J.D. Vance has received a formidable sum of $167,324 from pro-Israel lobbies. And for a bonus point, did he kiss the wall? Yes, J.D. Vance did kiss the wall. Next up, we have Bernie Sanders, a famed mitten wearer, former U.S. presidential candidate, and current Vermont state representative. But is he owned by Jews? Lock in your answers. Bernie Sanders is not owned by Jews and has received a total of $0 from any pro-Israel lobby and openly condemns the Israeli government for a genocide of the Gazan people.
No, Bernie Sanders is open about being a Jew, though. You got to watch out.
However, Bernie Sanders himself is Jewish, being born to a Jewish family in New York. Now we have U.S. House of Representatives representative from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Is she owned by Jews? Lock in your answer. Marjorie Taylor Greene is not owned by Jews, receiving $0 from any pro-Israel lobbies. This position has found MTG at odds with current President Donald Trump, the pro-Israel Republican Party at large, and a scolding second paragraph on Wikipedia. And finally, we have the U.S. Representative for New York's 16th Congressional District, George Latimer. Is he owned by Jews?
Oh my God.
And yes, he is. This one was a bit of a trick question, but this guy received $19 million in total from the pro-Israel lobbies, a true master of the AI PAC money glitch. And that's all today, folks. Let me know how you did in the comments below, and send this to your friends to see how good of noticers they are themselves. Have a good one, guys.
Well, I don't have the thing.
Welcome
I used to have a semen. I took it away. Do we look for another one, or do we save and come and show up? If every now and then that shows up while we doom scroll, that would just make this shit. Oh, he used to have a thing like that on Stu Peters. He backed off. I don't know what happened, but it was name that Jew. It was like Wheel of Fortune or something. I don't remember. Maybe it was copyright. I think a lot of his shit got deleted. There's no way that's it. Or did he just... All right, if that's all that's there, then we'll wait.
AIPAC just released a new ad on America First. Let's take a listen and translate what it actually means.
Let's talk about AIPAC.
Today, AIPAC.
On Capitol Hill, AIPAC.
AIPAC. You may have heard our name, but how much do you really know about AIPAC? AIPAC is an American organization that works to strengthen the U.S.-Israel relationship. This partnership advances America's interests.
I would love to know what interests you're advancing with AIPAC, to be honest. All I see is our taxpayer dollars going to commit a genocide. All I see is IDF soldiers getting free healthcare, Israelis getting free healthcare. Meanwhile, not all U.S. citizens have healthcare, let alone free.
And democratic values, and helps keep Israel safe. Our 5 million members are U.S. citizens, Democrats and Republicans.
They're just flexing in our face on how they control both parties. The two-party system has become a joke.
Every part of the country who urge our elected leaders to enact pro-Israel policies.
Which means we lobby your politicians with money to make decisions that are pro-Israel. Where's the America First there?
This includes expanding America's defense partnership with Israel.
Expanding meaning more weapons to commit a genocide.
Supporting life-saving security assistance. Confronting Iran and its terror proxies.
Wow, they call out Iran by name in this with all their WMDs. Not like Israel has a nuclear program that cost JFK his life.
And promoting peace and normalization. Being pro-Israel is good policy, and AIPAC members make sure it's good politics too. We raise money to help elect pro-candidates for Congress from both parties. And we take the political fight to our opponents, helping defeat and Israel candidates running for Senate.
They are just saying this in plain sight now, that if you are not pro-Israel, we are going to defeat you. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
AIPAC is leading the fight in Washington to secure the future of the U.S.-Israel relationship. The actions of pro-Israel Americans today will help determine the future of this bond and the fate of both countries.
Very touching. How about we show some footage of the people in Gaza that you're bombing? None of this is included.
Oh God, please don't. Come on. Uh-oh, something happened. They got me. 1 second. See now, my head's itching. It's the Jews. It glitched out and my head started itching. They sent a frequency to make these fucking worms. I'm just kidding. We're blaming everything on the Jews now. There's no worms in my head. Everybody's got worms from the vaccines and stuff they got as a kid, though. Well, damn, all right. Come on, America. Look what the fuck just happened. Like, and you can't, like, there's no. Come on, little restart. Come on.
Bet you didn't see.
Whatever play name the Jews.
Instagram's new.
Come on now. Instagram's new favorite game. Name that. Yo. APAC. Hang on, I gotta see. Let's see. My grandma said was reading something on the news last night.
You may have seen this video from.
Because all the Jews are covering this up instead of saying it's wrong. You know, maybe the post October 7th Palestinian Jews are saying something. But I'm just like, what the fuck, man?
The Arkansas capital. It's a neo-Nazi group marching through this over the weekend, and we now know tonight the Blood Tribe did not have a permit for the march. It's leaving many frustrated and in fear after the group marched at two of the city's most symbolic locations. Tanya Moderzitsky looked into how demonstration was allowed to happen and shares how the community is responding.
A small group, more than 20 white supremacists, marched the streets of the Little Rock capital.
Nobody wants to know that Nazis are coming to their town.
Well, we got a Jew problem.
I
could just leave a loop in.
Front of Little Rock Central High School.
I don't think many people felt safe this weekend.
State Representative Denise Ennis says was a reminder of history.
The Little Rock Nine, almost 70 years ago, these 9 brave souls went in to integrate Central High.
Demonstrated on Saturday did not have a permit with the city or Capitol Police. By law, if they stayed on sidewalks and kept it moving, no permit.
Yes.
You may have seen this video.
Hell no, we're on the wrong
capital. It's a neo-Nazi group marching through the streets of Little Rock.
In my week, I gotta go eat something.
This ain't was plan B. What's the best get?
Get back to where we was.
Nazis are coming to their town.
And in front of Little
Here we go, Little Rock. What's going on there? Nonsense. But Jewish supremacy is okay. She clearly doesn't know what's going on. Black news. I don't know. NAACP, the Black Freemasons can't be. Holy crap. Huh. Black Freemasons respond. You don't know. Are they doing that? I mean, come on. I think the blacks would stand because you don't know who's like Jew ships. Slave ships. They were ran by Jews. Slavery invented by Jews. If you're white, you can secretly convert to Jew and have a couple of slaves. I got 5 for you. If you're black, you can have slaves too, and Indians did. Yeah, I'm tired of it too. But one thing in common is secretly they all converted to Jew. In my country, we have problem, and that problem is transport. What is this? Harm anybody? They're trying to make it a national thing. Come on. Sorry. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Didn't take very long. Come on, you know that they all. Every time you can find a connection. It's a random thing. Fuck. Why? Is this anti-Semitic psychosis? Is that what this is? Oh. language here. This is crazy. Looking like here. It's JewishReviewOfBooks.com. Let's see. Skip down. I don't know. That's crazy. But why the fuck is there? I just want to verify. We had a Nazi party that packed the, what was that? The Madison Square Garden? Way back? Freemason? Black Freemason? A lot of black people don't really care for the, or kind of maybe against things like the NAACP. How that stupid song goes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they know it's like these are the blacks that sold out the Freemasonry to be like the white man. We just got to put on suits to be like the white man. Like the natives that sold us out. We need to get taxes and social security numbers like the white man. And now what? There's an old saying for natives that before they came over here with all this stuff and money, we had what we needed. If someone didn't have a horse or clothes to keep him warm, we gave him those things. Nobody wanted to kill themselves. There was no fighting over material possessions. Holy crap. So that was like the whitening of Native blacks. The moon. Holy crap. We're tired of all the problems going back to some Jew. We're tired of Jews. Hold on a second. Killing Palestinians. We're tired of Jews normalizing satanic and pedophilic. Hold on a second. Thank God people are starting to watch this shit. I need to delete some of these, but no. I'm gonna delete this crap. I'm gonna delete this crap. Studio. But no, look. Let me clean this up. They're trying to legalize it. Their own newspapers are saying it. because it's allowed in their religion. Read the Talmud. Well, I want to stop because I don't want to get this account, man. Just start believing. All this propaganda is going to be thrown at us now. No, let it be a divide another household topic now. Come on. We have a problem. Their religion is the problem. Jesus came in with whips.